Hey guys, Jenny Stevens here. Welcome. So I've got a question for you today, and my question for you is, are you trying to be too broad? So I'll just kind of let that sink in for a second. You might be thinking, what do I mean? So that's what we're going to talk about today is really, are you trying to be too broad when it comes to your marketing, your messaging, who you're trying to attract to you, who you're trying to contact, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're coming in live, then just make sure that you say hello. Let me know where you're watching from around the world. I love being able to see where you are, where people are. Also, get to go to so many different countries, so I just love being able to see where you are, so make sure that you say hi. I'm here from the UK, and if you're watching the replay, just type in replay below, and again, I'll make sure that I come back to you and say hello afterwards. So it's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Whoop, whoop. Honestly, the weeks go so quickly. It's crazy. And also, if this is the first time that you're meeting me, then hello and welcome. My name is Jenny Stevens, and I help network marketers, direct sellers, affiliate marketers, and any other people who are doing this kind of home-based business world learn how to build their business online. So you can really use online methods and strategies to be able to get new leads, convert those into sales, and get more teammates and clients, for your business without being chained to your phone and your laptop. So, I really help people with kind of systems and automation and let your business work for you rather than against you. So anyway, so the topic is all about, are you trying to be too broad? So let's just kind of go into what I mean by that today. So a lot of the time when I first got started in network marketing, over 3 years ago now, it was kind of trying, it was, a lot of the time we're told, go and, talk to anybody and everybody is your prospect. Go and talk to people in the street, in the supermarket, talk to your waitress, your hairdresser, your nails lady, like whoever. Go and make a list of 100 people you went to school with, you've worked with before, your butcher, like all of this kind of stuff. And the thing is, it's like, people are being taught that everybody is your prospect. And I'm here to kind of give some light to say that it's really not the case. No, they are not everybody is your prospect. And the reason being is that not everybody wants to have their own business. For one, my husband and I, we ran a pub 8 years ago now. We decided, it was more for my husband, not for me, but I was working full time. My husband decided, we kind of got offered this pub nearby that was really run down. They were going to do this big refurb on it. The owners were old and miserable and no one liked them. We were obviously like young and fresh, and they weren't doing any food, so we had such a huge opportunity. So anyway, so we took on this project. I still worked my full-time job while my husband and his brother ran the pub, and anyway, it all pretty much ended horribly. So, and I vowed after that that I never wanted to be self-employed. I never wanted to run a business. I never wanted to do anything that was remotely risky or anything ever again. It really scarred me for quite a long time. So, that was a learning curve. Now, when I came across network marketing, it was then 5 years later, I'd got over the trauma of this business that had failed miserably. Not necessarily miserably, actually. No, we did have good times, but it's always hard to remember the good times when things don't go very well. So anyway, the thing I liked about network marketing when I first sort of came across it was really low risk. It was literally like the cost of not even a night out for me and my husband for me to get started. And I thought, well, if I don't do very well, I've just got some great products at a very, very low cost. So it was, it was kind of like you had nothing to lose, which I really liked. And then, as I just loved it, had great success in my first few months with sales. And then started to then struggle with, the team side, and then the sales starts to die down after a while. But anyway, so I say it was all about, I never wanted to run a business. So that was my point, is that not everybody wants to run a business. Not everybody wants to work from home. Some people, I've got friends, especially when they've got kids, they like being able to actually go out to work for a couple of days a week or a few days a week and have time where it's just them. You know, they don't have to be mum and, you know, just little Billy's mum, you know, their person, they go to work, that adult interaction. So not everybody wants to do that, and that's something to remember, is that not everybody wants that. So it's really kind of looking at it like, just put my phone on silent, sorry. You know, it's really kind of knowing that you know, you don't have to talk to anybody and everybody. But what I will say is that a lot of the time we do have this mentality of, well, I'm just going to try and sort of capture everybody. So especially if you're using your Facebook personal profile, like I was in the beginning, you know, I would put a post, I'd be posting on my profile all the time, and just kind of, obviously that would go out to, you know, however many friends I had, you know, at the time, and just hope that somebody would then, you know, comment or message me or, you know, whatever. And again, you're kind of just sort of hoping and praying by sort of going out to everybody, going out to so many people, where really what you need to do is actually dial it in. And this is something that people don't do that often. So this is why I kind of wanted to do this training for you. So, you know, as we're going through it, you know, if it makes sense, or you think, yes, do you know what, this sounds really great, then, you know, make sure you give me some, you know, thumbs up and loves and hearts and stuff, so I make sure that I'm providing, you know, useful, helpful information for you. So what I want you to do is actually get really specific. So even if you're in a business like makeup, like my business was makeup, so that obviously whittled it down to women predominantly. Obviously there are, you know, there are men. You know, I used to put some hashtags for like drag queens and stuff on Instagram, and you know, but you know, predominantly 99% or 98% of who I was targeting was women. So at least, okay, that kind of got it down then. But then there's millions and millions of women in this world. So what I want you to start thinking about is, who really is it that you want to work with, or who is it really that is right, that's maybe right for you, with who you want to attract. So for example, you know, if there's, say, some older women who are doing a business, say they're kind of in their 50s or 60s and they're selling skincare, well, they're going to be having a whole different realm of insight, of understanding the problems and struggles and pains and desires of other mature women than, you know, if they're trying to talk to somebody who's in their 20s when it comes to skincare, because they're like this. They're very different scales of the spectrum. Just like, you know, if you're in weight loss, if you're trying to talk to somebody who's, you know, if you're someone who's stick thin, and maybe you've never really had much of a weight problem before, or maybe you've only had a tiny bit, maybe you had a baby and had to lose a bit, against somebody who's, you know, massive, really obese, or not even massively obese, even just a bit fat like me, you know, like I'm not morbidly obese, but, you know, I remember a friend of mine was selling some weight loss stuff, and I was sort of said to her, like, no offense, but you've never been fat in your life. So you don't understand what it's like, you know, what it goes to. Like my brother, he used to give me grief all the time about my weight, but he never had been overweight. So he never understood what it was like. And people want that, I think. I say it may not be for everyone. In my view, you know, I think a lot of people with certain industries anyway, want to know that that person understands. So kind of what I want you to think about is, you know, do you need to get, well, now I recommend that you get really specific. So not even necessarily, you know, so like for me, let's kind of flush some of these ideas out. So just, you know, if you're coming in, if you're watching this on the replay, or you're watching it live, you know, give me some kind of niches that you might be thinking of for your business. Just see whether, you know, what you kind of come up with. But things like I don't have any children yet, so you know, I can't really, I can talk about lots, you know, I've got loads of friends, you know, I mean, I'm in my mid-30s, so most of my friends have got kids, I've got nephews, you know, so I know quite a bit about kids, but, you know, obviously I don't know the real ins and outs because I haven't experienced it yet. So I wouldn't be that person who would be really talking about being a mum running a business, or, you know, if you want to have some time for yourself because you've got kids, because that's not something that I necessarily can relate to very well because I'm not in it. So, but people who are mums who are running a business are great to be able to be that expert and help people with their businesses, or help provide products that can help, you know, other mums. But even with mums, you've also got various spectrums of mums. You've got stay-at-home mums who are at home all the time. You've got mums that maybe work part-time. You've got working mums who work full-time and are mums. And again, all of those messages are very, very different. I'm quite good at talking about when you're working full-time and running a business, because that's what I did for 3 years. I worked full-time while building this business on the side, you know, so I know the struggles that you go through, the frustrations of being tired, of not having much time, of just feeling like you're, you know, like I was literally working every single evening, every single weekend. You know, I would have some obviously time with my husband, but every night I was getting exhausted because I was just working. But I was, you know, I knew it was part of the package because I knew that I wanted to be able to be here now. I wanted to be able to work from myself from home. So I knew I had to hustle and grind and do what it took. But I say, I want you to think about who, you know, what pockets of people can you become that go-to person, because everybody will, you know, everybody needs a go-to person, and you can be that go-to person for somebody. But you just need to figure out who is it that you can help. And the reason why you want to do this is because it's going to make it much easier for you to connect with people. It's going to make it much easier for you to get the right message, you know, because when you've got this, you know, this pocket of people, and there'll be a lot of people in that pocket, you know, there's a lot of people in this world, but, you know, the more niche, the more specific you get, the better, and I bet the more successful you'll be. Because if you're, say, doing a Facebook post, or you're doing an ad, or you're doing a Facebook Live, or you're doing, you know, you've got a blog post, you're doing an email, anything that, you know, you can kind of let people know that you're talking to them, you know, it's really specific. So I want you to think about that, and really, you know, how can you get really super niche? So think about your strengths. What are your passions? What are you passionate about? You know, like I love spreadsheets. I love email marketing. Well, to be honest, I love all kinds of online marketing, pretty much anyway. So actually, sometimes I struggle, but, you know, I'm like, actually, I'm definitely somebody who can help people with the technical stuff. I'm good with people who work full time. And that, you know, so I want you to think about that with who can you help. If you're a mum, for example, okay, well then think about being more specific. You know, do you want to help mums that maybe they're working part-time, a job, they're looking after their kids as well, and they're trying to build a business? Are you trying to focus on, you know, maybe full-time working mums? Or, you know, obviously if you're not a mom like me, you know, say, are you looking at other things about how can you build your business in preparation to be a mom? That's something that you know, that's something for me, is that I'm doing all of this in preparation for when I do eventually become a mom. You know, I wanted to be able to have the freedom. I want to be able to have a bigger house. I want to be able to be a role model to my kids. So, you know, I'm doing it now, and I'm lucky that I've found this world in advance, you know, while we're waiting. So it's but that's, for me, that's my goals and what I want to do. Not everybody's the same. So that's something that I really want you to think about. Hey Michelle, nice to see you. Is, you know, don't be too broad. Don't think that, okay, well, if you try and cover everybody, then you'll be able to get in front of more people. Actually, you're probably going to be damaging that. So the more specific you can get, the more niche, super niche you can get, actually the better you'll be, because you'll know you'll be able to find out, and you'll be able to come up with lots of different content ideas. You'll be really specific, so people will know, oh, that person is great to actually talk about the struggles and the real life and the, you know, the pains and the frustrations and the good things and the bad things when it comes to, and then this little pocket of people. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I say sometimes, you know, I think especially if you're quite new to the industry, you might be thinking, well, that doesn't make sense. But it really does, because, you know, I say you want people that's going to know that you're talking to them. You think about adverts that you see on TV, you know, it'll be like, have you had an accident at work? And obviously if you have had an accident at work, then you'll be like, oh, I'm going to listen in a bit more, you know. Or, you know, you'll see good marketers will start describing you know, like the pains and struggles of things that you're going through. So they'll start describing it. So if you're living that, if you're, say, if you're a working full-time person while you're building a business, that's going to come with a whole list of things that could be very different to someone who is, you know, now I'm working from home all the time, and that comes with a different set of problems. But, you know, I would say I was living that for 3 years, so I can talk to those people. So really think about, you know, what are you passionate about? Because you can use that to create this little super niche for yourself. What are you good at? You know, say, what have you been going through that, you know, all the different, what life is like when you're trying to do that. And then you can use that to be able to attract the people that you want to you. Have those people that are similar to you, that can relate to you, who see your messaging and thinking, oh my God, this person knows exactly what I'm feeling. And when you can do that, that's when you attract people to you. That's when you start being seen as an authority. That's when people see you as that go-to person. You know, look at like Eric Worre, Ray Higdon and stuff. These guys are amazing, but you can be somebody's Eric. You can be somebody's Ray. And that's why, you know, it's actually really, really worthwhile, you know, finding out who is it that you can help. And you say, I've struggled with that as well before in my time, like trying to speak to one type of people when actually that's probably not necessarily who I need to do. So, and sometimes it can evolve. So don't be afraid to, you know, go out and just write some things down. Or if you've got any questions, you know, feel free to pop them in the comments and let me know, and I'll, you know, I'll go back and answer them. Or if you want to message me, or if you want to have a chat with me, feel free. But say, don't try and talk to everybody, because not everybody is your prospect. Think about who it is you can really, really help. And I bet you it's going to help you so much more by actually having people come to you, because you'll be able to relate to people so much more and connect with them. So I really hope that this helped. If you found this useful, feel free to share this video. I did put a link above this video now, just to help you. So if you want to know, well, how can you be more, you know, how can you give value to people? How can you find who it is that you want to attract? How can you attract those people to you with some, you know, some proven to work methods, strategies? Then click on the link, go and grab that freebie for you. It's a great attraction marketing workshop that's really, really going to help you understand how you have people come to you. So that's just completely free. So just go and click on that now, and you'll get sent the first day straight away, and it will really, really help you. That's what I went through, so I'm just sharing that with you today, ready for the weekend. So yes, Michelle, be someone's Eric. It's definitely, isn't it? You know, we kind of think, oh my God, I'd never be a guru, but there's lots of people that don't even know who people like Ray Higdon are, or, you know, even Eric, I'm sure, even though to some people you might think, oh my God, how can you not know that? But there's still lots of people that don't know about some of these top leaders. And you can be that person. Even if you're new, it doesn't matter. You can start today, start helping people, and say by grabbing that freebie above will really help show you how you can do it, even if you're brand new. So it's really, really helpful. So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a fantastic weekend. Well, and I shall see you all on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.